Hello, what's going on YouTube? It's about Lucky HD here, and today we're going to be uploading another Minecraft pixel art tutorial build, and today we're going to be doing Luffy Wano arc part 3. Once again for today, we're only going to be needing our black concrete and our placement block, gold block. Without further ado, let's move straight into the tutorial. And we're going to be moving over to the right hand side where we left off last time, and we're going to be going to the one sticking to the right over there. And while we're flying over there, if you haven't already, go and hit that like button and subscribe and turn on the notification bell to get notified. And if you got any suggestions, feel free to put any suggestions in the comment to what you want to see built next, and I will try to do it and add it to a list. Again, so far I have done every suggestion, and the other ones that I haven't done yet, they're just being made and in a list and just ready to come out for our next tutorials. And without further ado, once we have flown over here with our black concrete from this one stick to the right here, we're going to place 3 going to the right from here. So 1, 2, 3, and then from this 3 here we're going to do an upright diagonal. Then from this upright diagonal we're going to do another upright diagonal, then fly back down back to this first upright diagonal, so this one right here, and then we're going to do 2 left diagonals from here. So 1 and 2, and there we go. That bit should just look like that. And once we have done that, we're going to fly back to the one so our second upright diagonal we did, we're going to fly back to this one here. And we're going to place 1 to the right from here. So, place 1 to the right, just like so. So that's a 2 right there. Once we've done that, do another upright diagonal. We're then going to place 1 to the right, and then fly to the left, so back to here. And we're going to do 3 up left diagonals from here. So, 1, 2, and 3. There we go, that's that little bit there done. So once again, we're going to fly back to the right hand side to this 2 here, so back to here. These little parts we're doing there, they are just, a bit of the shading or area where the straw hat is. But once we have flown back to this one sticking out to the right here, we're going to place 1 to the right going to here. And then we're going to take out our gold block and place 1 on top, and then take out your black concrete and place 1 on top. Then we're going to place another 1 on top, and then we're going to do 2 up left diagonals. So 1 and 2. There we go, just going to zoom out, and then we can just destroy our gold block, and that should be looking like that. As I said before, again, we're just doing the first bit of the shading, just because it's easier to do it now, so we know where to go next time. Again, fly back down to this bottom line here, with the 3 going to the right, and we're going to place another 3 going to the right. So 1, 2, and 3. And that is 6 in total there of our black concrete. Then we're going to do another upright diagonal from here. And from this upright diagonal, we're going to go 4 to the right. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we're going to place 1 on top. Then fly back down and place 2 to the right. So 1, 2. And then we're going to do a bottom right diagonal from here. And we're going to place 3 going to the right. So 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to do 4 bottom right diagonals from here. So, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And from this 4th one, we're going to place 1 going to the right, just like so. And then we're going to do another bottom right diagonal, and place another 1 to the right, just like so. And what we're going to do is we're going to fly back into the left, so back to here. And we're going to place 2 going underneath, so 1, 2. And then do a bottom right diagonal. I'll place 1 underneath. There we go, that bit should look like that right there. Once we have done that, we're going to fly back up to this one sticking to the right here. So we're going to fly back in, and we're going to do a bottom right diagonal from here, just like so. And then we're going to place 2 going to the right, so 1, 2, and we're going to do 5 bottom right diagonals from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And from this 5th one, we're going to place 2 going underneath. So 1, 2. And then we're going to do another bottom right diagonal from here. And we're going to place another 2 going underneath. So 1, 2. And then we're going to do another bottom right diagonal from here. And we're going to place 11 going underneath from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we're going to place 1 going to the left. And then we're going to place 1 underneath and then 1 to the right. So as you can see, it's like a 2x2 kind of chunky square again. And we're going to fly up to the very left hand side, so the up left side of this square. And once we have flown to here, we're going to do an up left diagonal from here, place one on top, and then we're going to do another 2 up left diagonals, so 1 and 2. And there we go, that bit should just look like that. And then we're going to fly back to the line that we just went down by 11, so we want to be underneath, so to this underneath right bit of the square, right here, we're going to go underneath by 3 from here, so 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to do another bottom right diagonal from here, and we're going to place 2 underneath, so 1, 2. And do another bottom right diagonal, place 1 underneath, just like so. And then we're going to do another bottom right diagonal from here, and place another 2 underneath, so 1, 2. And then do another bottom right diagonal, and place 5 underneath from here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to do another bottom right diagonal from here, and we're going to place 24 underneath, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. There we go, we're just going to have a zoom out. So if you do want to count 24, that would be 25 in total, for those that do want to count. For those that already know that you've got it right, or you just think you've got it correct and you're happy to go on, then we're going to move back straight on with the build. So, fly back to the underneath of here. And once we fly back to the underneath of here, we're going to do a bottom left diagonal, and we're going to place 2 underneath, so 1, 2. Then we're going to do another bottom left diagonal from here, and we're going to place 3 underneath, so 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to do another bottom left diagonal, and place 2 underneath from here, so 1, 2. Then what we're going to do is we're going to place 1 to the right just for now, and we'll come back to here, back on later on. So this is the sword, and this is where it's not majorly complicated, but it gets just a bit more kind of complicated. The inside is where it actually gets a lot more complicated, but as I said before, we're going to do the inside a bit differently, but we're going to do the outside same way we're doing with the outline. We're just going to do the inside a bit differently, because it's going to be really hard to just outline the inside and explain it really. So again, we'll do that differently, but moving on with the build, flying back over to the left here, so back to this 3 going down here, we're going to go underneath by 7 from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then we're going to do 2 bottom left diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. And then what we're going to do is we're going to place 4 underneath from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And what we're going to do is we're going to place 1 going to the right, just like so. And fly back to the left. And then from this left here, we're going to place another 3 underneath. So 1, 2, 3. And then once again, we're going to place 1 to the right. And fly back into the left. And once we've flown back into the left, we're going to do a bottom left diagonal from here. And from this bottom left diagonal, we're going to place 1 underneath. And then we're going to do 3 bottom left diagonals from here. So 1, 2, and 3. And there we go, that should just look like that so far. And once we have done that, fly back down to the 3rd one. And what we're going to do is we're going to place 1 underneath. Then we're going to fly up and place 1 to the left, just like so. And we're going to place 11 to the left from here now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then we're going to place 1 on top. Then we're going to place 1 to the left and 1 underneath. And then fly back up, so back up to here on the up left corner. And we're going to do an up left diagonal from here and place 1 to the left. And then a little bit there is done. So fly back down to this bottom line here. And we're going to place 12 going to the left from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And as you can see, we just connect to the one sticking out here. And that means we have done everything correctly so far in this build. So I have a quick zoom out. So as you can see, so far we have done his abs and we've done his shoulders. And what we got to do next is we got to do the arms. And we got to do his scar. And just a bit more kind of outlining in some areas. And we just got to finish the rest of the sword and of course the head. So we're not fully done for today because we still got a lot more time on our hands. And we're going to move on, and I think what we're going to do is, I think we're going to try and complete the sword outline for today. So first of all, we're going to complete the bottom of it. So we want to come back to the one sticking out over here. So fly back to over here. So once we've flown back up to here, we're going to start by placing one to the right for now, basically. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down, and then we're going to come back to this point right here in a bit. So moving back to the left, back to here, we're going to place 7 going underneath from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then we're going to place 1 to the right, fly back to the left, and we're going to do a bottom left diagonal from here, just like so. Now from this bottom left diagonal, we're going to place 2 underneath. So 1, 2. Now what we're going to do is we're going to place 1 to the left, fly back to the right, place 1 underneath, and then we're going to fly back to the one that we placed to the left, so back to this one here, and we're going to do a bottom left diagonal from here. And from this bottom left diagonal, we're going to place 4 going underneath. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what we're going to do from here is we're going to place 1 going to the right, follow back to the left, so back to here, and we're going to do a bottom left diagonal from here and place 2 underneath. So 1 and 2. And as you can see, we connected a bottom left diagonal direction to this sector here. But back from the 2 that we just went underneath, we're just going to do a bottom right diagonal from here, just like so. And then once we've done that, we're just going to zoom out quickly. So right now, we have got the first kind of inside of the sword. So these kind of ones sticking out are basically places we're going to come back to, or as a sense we're going to connect back to with our black concrete. Again, we should be doing this part differently, most likely. So as you can see so far, this is what we've done. And what we're going to do is we're going to fly back up to that one that I said we're going to come back to. So that one we first placed to the right over here. So fly over to this sector right here. And once we've flown back into here, what we're going to do is we're going to place another one going to the right, and then place 1 underneath just like so. And we're going to fly back up, and once we've flown back up, we're going to do an up right diagonal from here. And then we're going to place 2 on top from here, so 1, 2, as you can see it connects. And then this little gap here, we're just going to fill this in with black concrete. So, just fill this in, and there we go. A little part there is done. And we're also going to do one more thing. We're also going to do a bottom right diagonal from this big line going down here, so this line of 5 right here. We're just going to do a bottom right diagonal from here. So there we go, we should look like that basically, with a 2 gap here. Then once we have done that, we're just going to zoom out quickly. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fly into this corner here. So this singular corner that you see right here, we're going to fly up to here. So I'm going to place my gold block just here, just so you can see where we're going to be going off. So we're going to be going off this area here. We're going to be going off this one to be specific, but we're going off this area. So this one right here going to the left, we're going to, with our black concrete, we're going to place 2 going to the right from here. So 1, 2. Then we're going to place 1 underneath, and then fly back up. And once we've flown back up to here, we're going to do a up right diagonal from here. So do an up right diagonal just like so. Now what we're going to do is we're going to place 1 going to the right from here, and flying to the left. And then from the left, we're going to go up by 3. So 1, 2, 3. And then what we're going to do is we're going to place 1 to the right, then we're going to place 1 on top, and then 1 to the left, just like so. So a little 2 by 2 square. And then back on this left hand side, we're going to go up by another 3. So 1, 2, 3. As you see, we connected this one sticking out here. And now we're just going to zoom out. And now what we're going to do as well, we're just going to fill that 1 gap there as well with our black concrete. So fill that in, and there we go. As you can see so far, that's what we've done. So again, what we've just done there is we're just kind of layering up the bit where the sword is basically, you know, on Luffy, like connected to him. As I said, this part is going to be like probably the hardest part to explain, or the most confusing looking as a sense. Maybe not as hard to explain, but again, the inside is going to be different because it is a very complicated part. But moving and proceeding on with the builds, we're going to try and complete the rest of the outline of the sword today, or hopefully get most of it done. So without further ado, what we're going to do is we're going to fly to the top layer sticking out, so this one here. So again, I'm going to fly in, I'm just going to place my gold block where we're going to be going off. So we're going to be going off here. So that area right there, we're going to be going off there. And once we have flown back into this area, we're going to do 3 upright diagonals from here. So 1, 2, and 3. And from this third one, we're just going to place 2 going underneath. So 1 and 2. Now once we've done that, we're going to place 1 to the right. And we're going to fly back into the left and just place another 1 underneath, just like so. And then fly back to the one that we placed to the right. So back to this one here. And then we're going to place 4 going up from here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to place 1 to the left and 1 underneath. So again, just layering up this area here. Once we have done that, we're going to fly back to the right hand side. So back to here. And we're going to place 3 going up from here. So 1, 2, 3. And then what we're going to do is we're going to place 1 going to the right. We're then going to place 1 on top. And then we're going to place 1 to the right. And fly into the left, so back to the middle here. And place another 1 to the left. So that bit just looks like that. Once we have done that, again we're going to be going off this left hand side again. So fly back to the left very end right here. And so we're going to go up by another 3 from here. So 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to place 1 to the right, just like so. Fly back to the left. And then we're going to place 1 on top. And then we're going to do an up right diagonal from here. And I'm just going to zoom out quickly. So I'm going to do quite a bit of zooming out here, because they are quite hard areas to explain. So I like to give you more of a visual and explanation while going through this area. So this is what it should look like so far. Once we have done this, fly back to the upright diagonal that we just did. So back, went too far. So back up to here. Once we've flown back up to here, we're going to place 2 on top. So 1, 2. And then what we're going to do from here is we're going to place 1 going to the right. And then we're going to do a bottom right diagonal from this one here. Then fly back up. So back up where we just did this bottom right diagonal from. So back to this one here. And we're going to place 2 going on top from here. So 1, 2. And again, just place 1 to the left and 1 underneath. So as you can see, this is a 5 in total to the left here, on this left hand side. Once we have done that, fly back to the right hand side, so back to this side here. Once we've flown back to here, we're going to place 2 on top. So 1, 2. And then we're going to place 1 to the right, do a bottom right diagonal, and then fly back up from where we just did this bottom right diagonal from. So back to this one, in the middle kind of, or the right hand side from this 2. And we're going to place 2 going up from here. So 1, 2. Then we're going to place 1 to the right, fly back to the left, and place 1 on top. Once we've done this, we're going to do an upright diagonal, and then we're going to do another upright diagonal, and then we're just going to zoom out quickly again, so you can see what we've done in this little area here. So this is what we've done in this area. Once we have done this, we are going to fly back up to the one right here. So back up to this upright diagonal that we did, and we're going to place 6 going up from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then we're going to place 1 going to the right, fly back to the left, and place 2 going up. So 1, 2. And then we're going to do it up left diagonal from here. And so we're going to place 3 on top. So 1, 2, 3. So we're now moving on a bit to the bit more of the nicer area here. And once we have placed this 3 going up here, we're going to do another upright diagonal from here. And we're going to place 1 to the right, then 1 underneath, then fly back up. So back up to here on this right hand side. And we're going to place another 1 going up just like so. And then we're going to do another upright diagonal from here and place 1 on top. Then we're going to do another upright diagonal from here, and we're going to place 5 on top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to do another upright diagonal and place 2 on top. So 1, 2. And then do another 3 upright diagonals from here. So 1, 2, and 3. Then place 1 to the right and do another upright diagonal. And then from this upright diagonal here, we're going to place 7 going to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're just going to zoom out and have a look at what we've done so far. And I think we're going to leave that for today. And basically we'll come back to finish off the sword. And we should probably have enough time to do a bit more areas after we do the sword. But I don't want to make it too long because that is quite a complicated part. So I don't want to rush it. I want to take our time with it. So we'll zoom out and we'll leave that for today. As you can see so far, it's actually coming along quite nicely. Apart from it does have nothing inside here, but we'll be doing those areas on a later date. and of course we also need its head. So at the moment it's headless. But without further ado, that's going to be the end of the day. So again, thank you for watching, and if you haven't already, go and hit that like button because it really helps out this video do better and just helps out the channel overall. And also subscribe if you haven't already, because again that also helps out me very much to keep uploading these daily and to keep releasing new pixel art tutorials for One Piece and other animes. And again, turn on the bell to get notified for more tutorials and for the new parts of this build. And if you do have any suggestions, feel free to put any suggestions to the comment. And I don't know if I'm going to be doing it today, but I will be uploading hopefully another video today or tomorrow after the pixel art, and I'm going to be playing a bit of a different game, because I haven't done any different games since about 6 years ago on this channel yet at the moment. And let's be honest, 6 years ago those videos were absolutely awful. But I mean, I was an idiot back then, didn't have a mic, or had a mic, just didn't know how to use it. But yeah, now I know what I'm doing. Now I actually got back into it and want to do it again, YouTube as a whole. Yeah. But I'm going to be on a different game, and I'm going to be playing some Pokemon Unite, because I played one game yesterday, and I absolutely enjoyed it. And I absolutely smashed it for the first game. But yeah, I want to do some content on that, because that game's really fun. And if you haven't played that game, you should go and check it out. It's on the Nintendo Switch, and it is free. And without further ado, that is going to be end today. And goodbye. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out. And bye-bye.